which is kind of creepy. There is a Ferrari 488, so that's the real one, and this is a toy car version I got before. It's actually a 458, which you can tell because it's got 3 exhausts, not 2. I find another one that's hopefully less cringe and making me cry. Meeting you has been the best part of my life. I can't wait to... So today I'm going to take you through a full office tour. I've technically got 2 offices in my new house here on the Palm in Dubai. I have 2 offices. One is for deep work, one is for more creative stuff, a podcast studio. We've got a gym, and I've also got some recovery stuff outside. We can show you the difference between what I have now versus what I had previously in terms of where I lived at Dubai Marina. Essentially, what I'm looking to do is build an environment where I can be as successful and as efficient as possible in terms of scaling my impact and income. I'm going to take you through everything in this video today, and there's going to be some weird biohacking stuff with this too. So firstly, I have a lot of books. We have books all the way through here. We've got books on the other side. We've got books in other parts of the house. I'm a big reader when I have time. I also kind of like to have them as kind of reference points. So probably all the best business investments, money books are all here. I've also got a lot of stuff that's kind of very personal, like photo of me and my brother, photo when I first found out my daughter was, well, my partner's pregnant, which is kind of cool. And the irony of this is these boots, and this might be why it's her name, these boots say Carter's in them, and that's her name now is Carter, so that's kind of cool. That's obviously a pregnancy photo, and then more kind of family stuff. This is a actual like sculpture. That's my actual hand. You can see from the overly jacked vascular hand there. That's my partner's hand, and that's our daughter's baby's hand there as well. So I've got a range of different books. I also kind of like reading physical books as well as on Kindle, so I tend to kind of get copies of both. We've also got stacks of books behind the podcast side of things as well. So that's it from kind of like the education stuff I have in this room. As a backdrop, something that's cool in here for video calls and for filming stuff is we have the ClickFunnels Awards, which are kind of unique. So 2 Common Club X Award for getting over $10 million of ClickFunnels, 2 of the other $1 million ones, which kind of seem insignificant now. We also have a blank copy of the 7-Figure Scaling Systems $100,000 Award. So if you're a coach who wants to make $100,000 a month, we can help you do that and give you one of these. And this is also kind of cool. This is a painting that someone who used to work for me gave me in Mexico when I was more jacked. I was actually probably less jacked, but maybe younger and maybe slightly more handsome with a more ropey blonde haircut, which I think is kind of cool. So we're trying to find somewhere to put that. Now, in terms of from an actual workspace, the computer screen I have now, this was a Christmas gift. Prior to this, I was just using my laptop. I sometimes take this away, I sometimes use it. And what I actually use on Zoom calls is this very sophisticated thing called an iPhone 17. I put it on a tripod and I plug it in, and it works really well. So it's super simple. I have my MacBook Pro into it. And then this desk itself, I think is super G. It reminds me of something out of like Star Wars, like Darth Vader style. I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan, so I think that's kind of sick. And then just basic kind of Apple setups with things like that. So in terms of the difference between this office and the previous office I had in Dubai Marina, the only real downside is in Marina Gate, I had a baller view of Dubai Marina. There's lots going on, and I kind of like that activity. There was a downside of that though, that it was very noisy and there was constantly kind of distractions, and it's probably a little bit overstimulating. The most overstimulation I now currently get is actually supercars going past which are too loud. One of my neighbors has a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ that's probably so loud that makes the fucking house shake, which is also incredibly irritating when you're kind of filming a podcast, but that's kind of first world problem. So in terms of positives, I now have 2 offices because I have more space than I need. One for creative work, which is the one you currently see me in, which we also use as a podcast studio, and one for deep work, which is like the bat cave, grind cave, where almost Alex Hormozy style with no windows, and I'll show you what that one looks like. If you're an entrepreneur, a business person, or a creative person, you might like whiteboards. I fucking love a whiteboard. If you've seen some of my other previous YouTube videos, you would have seen a lot of whiteboards videos. That was on a very small whiteboard that's now been hidden into a cupboard and kind of dismantled because it's falling apart. This is literally the biggest whiteboard I could buy, and when it turned up, I was like, this is a behemoth. So it's fucking G and it's baller. This is probably one of my most valuable possessions, and it's just fun. I like to, if I come up with ideas, I'm gonna kind of write stuff out, and I'm very visual in terms of how I learn and how I kind of draw things out. So for me, this is a really easy thing to use. I often just use it for like a kind of to-do list on basic things. Even though I have really complicated like project management software, I will like to try and draw stuff out sometimes by hand, just to kind of throw stuff out of my mind. So a big whiteboard is kind of a big thing for me. I also have a whiteboard in the other office as well. I'm also tempted to get more whiteboards in there, but I think it might get overwhelming, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Next up, in the exact same room, this is the setup we have for using podcasts. So We can close curtains here, have the whole room kind of blacked out. And if you look at the screen right now, you see an example in terms of how the podcast look visually. We have full lighting rigs, pretty much perfect sound. It looks very visually appealing. And then through Mike's genius work, we've made it look better than just having plain white walls that I would have left it. So we now have a thick plant. And then this behind me is actually sick that I got as a gift from Mike. I had Content Guy, which is a custom made Michael Jordan kind of graphic poster. So that's super G. But this, from a podcast setup, is probably one of my favorite things to do in the business. It's have inspiring conversations with great people. So if you haven't, make sure you head over to our other channel and check out the podcast. Now, there's something really cool I also want to show you, which is kind of behind me. And this was an impulse purchase. And I'm the king of an impulse purchase at checkout. Is this? This is a Darth Vader helmet. Now, what do you want to know about Darth Vader helmet? This was also $100, so I got fleeced for that. But it also does this, which is kind of creepy, but if you want to wake someone up at night with that, I think that'd probably wake them up. If I could keep it on all the time, minus the sound on the podcast, I think it'd look pretty sick. So these things are on here to try and have more depth behind the podcast. Some other stuff I've got here, I got this as a gift before I got an actual Ferrari, so you will actually see, I don't know if you can see it outside, there is a Ferrari 488, does that show up on the camera? So that's the real one, and this is a toy car version I got before. It's actually a 458, which you can tell because it's got 3 exhausts, not 2. So that's kind of cool. And then a friend of mine, Alistair, you can drop a comment below on this as well. He gave me this, which you can tell I'm a child, is a LaFerrari remote control car, because the next Ferrari I want is a LaFerrari. However, these are a bit different in terms of price range. That one is about $200,000. Can you guess how much this one is? $5 million. So he said to me, this is an omen, you need to try and get one of these by the time you're 40. So I've kind of probably got a bit of a way to go on that. Some other stuff in here is obviously kind of more books, some awards. We've got a template course of a 4C course. If you want to scale your business, it's a free link below. There's also a jar, which is actually, I think I've never shown anyone this. Keep that in the video. So there's a jar here where Charlie, maybe 2-3 years ago, wrote a load of like positive affirmations and things about me, which I probably don't look enough, but that's a very like kind thing for a partner to do. This is going to be cringe. I can't remember what's in here. Hopefully it's not some that aren't like X-rated. So this is going to be what the fuck? One day when the time is right, I want to marry you. The first one. And find another one that's hopefully less cringe and make me cry. Meeting you has been the best part of my life. I can't wait to make it last forever. So we can continue to not read soppy voice notes. We can make a separate video on making Charlie emotionally uncomfortable on videos. There's a reason why I only talk about business. I don't actually drink, but I think that's kind of cool. It's a gift that I got for Christmas, which I'm not really sure why you buy people alcohol when they don't drink, but anyway. If anyone else thinks from a marketing perspective, alcohol and perfume is probably one of the things they put a huge amount of time in terms of the packaging, because you're kind of selling nothing in essence from the outside. You can't really try it there and then. The other side from podcasts, we just have kind of more books and this cool kind of hand grenade thing, which Mike bought, which is kind of sick. And there's also a Ferrari book, which is currently Mike's key holder, and a line. So I like kind of stuff like this because it's, I think kind of looks G. So this is a room and hole, and you might recognize this. This was in the previous office on one side of the walls. I have got the other one of these, which is the American Express, like $100 million one in another room, which we're going to show you later on in the video. The two last things I want to show you in this video, which are pretty sick and kind of unique. One is a red light therapy unit. So I'm going to go through some nerdy biohacking stuff, but like I'm into kind of habit stacking stuff. So like, this is plugged in. No, I will turn this on and then use this when I'm working. So it's a really good way in terms of like recovery and mood. And then we've got a custom 7-Figure Scaling Systems logo, which we'll be using at a previous podcast studio, which we now just kind of put here. So this is what room 1 looks like. That then also goes out to the pool and some other bits, which we can show you later on. Welcome to the Batcave. So this is where the magic happens. If I have stuff that's really complicated and I have to really focus on what I'm doing, I will do it in this room. Why do I do it in here? I get very easily distracted. So what I do is I put on my headphones. I also wear earplugs, and then I go and enter the matrix, caffeinated, stimulated, and annihilated. So this room has kind of no windows other than obviously the door there. I can easily kind of get distracted and lose focus and place where I am. So this works really well from an environment for me to be super productive. What you'll also notice is I often have a work colleague who is here. So for some reason, this cat has an obsession with sitting in the chairs I sit in. Maybe it's a pheromone thing. So he sits in this chair and the exact chair that I sit in from a podcast perspective. Some recent additions, we've also got a walking treadmill, which I've had for about 2 weeks, and if I'm radically transparent, I've used once. And then I'll also show you, this is an oxygen purifying plant apparently, or I've just been mugged off by the internet. But apparently these help to improve the air, although that looks like someone's broken part of it and there's aloe vera on the floor, but there we go. I've also got an air filter, so rooms where you spend a lot of time and need to have an air filter. And do you want to see something shocking and disgraceful? Do you want to see what an entrepreneur's cupboard really looks like? This is where we just throw everything in here because I'd have no use for this room. So this room's technically the maid room / my supplement stash and some random filming shit that we don't really use. So there we go. We'll keep that door closed. The other thing you have is if you want to have some fresh air, it's kind of like a prison cell. You have this little random courtyard, but I can kind of just see air, but sometimes I'll just open this just to have noise of birds and stuff like that, but it's kind of not that great. What is baller is also got whiteboard, so I like whiteboards. On here I just generally put like complicated shit I'm kind of dealing with. Two things you might think are interesting on this whiteboard I've got written at the top. One is you only need to get rich once, which is true, and most people don't think like that. Secondly is noise or signal, like is this something that's important or is it fucking bullshit being busy? A stop to doing list, and then this is my decision-making framework, which is RICE. So reach, impact, confidence, effort. So if I'm thinking about doing something, I have this written here to remind me to think, run through this framework, is this something I should do? So this is probably the most unexciting room in this entire house, but probably the most impactful things actually happen in here. Now what I'm going to show you is probably one of the coolest rooms in the house. Technically it's in the house, which is directly next door to this, which we'll go through now, which is still kind of a little bit of a work in progress. So this probably has the most anabolic lighting in the whole of Dubai. I suddenly look like I'm shredded, hopefully. So office is full gym, we've painted all the walls black. You will see this is the American Express for hustle that was in my previous office with no limits. Stairmaster, what's that? Concept 2 bike, salt machine, hyperextension machine, abductor is for my girlfriend. Dumbbells up to 50 kilos, it's better than most gyms in the UK. And then this machine is a Savage, so has dual cable set up that's really good. Smith machine, pull down, it's got a row function, it's got everything. Got a safety bar squat, I've got tons and tons of stuff. So this has everything I kind of need. Row machine, and then this is kind of unique. So one of the problems when you have this type of equipment is it's difficult to do knee extension type of work. So this is a leg extension and also a hamstring curl in one, which is kind of unique. Now, everything else is here, it comes as bars, benches, all kind of top quality stuff, and then decent flooring. There's a couple of cool things I want to get in terms of gadgets and gimmicks that I'm also going to bring in. And what I'm also thinking about doing is taking out all this cardio stuff, because cardio is overrated, putting it outside down the side of the house, and then getting some more gym equipment in here. So that's one thing. But one of my favorite things to do, is particular at night time, is if I open the door here, you can open. My neighbors probably don't enjoy this, or it's kind of maybe a weird experience. So I'll open both of these, and it looks kind of G if it's a night time in the Ferrari. Ferrari's not on the drive now, but if I have my car on the drive as well, have the lights on in here, a fucking music blaring, you have your top off and fucking training your pants if you want, and then it's fucking G. Lighting is great. What is kind of weird is a couple of times I've been working out with my top off, and I've looked over, and there's just a guy just standing there watching me. I'm like, this is kind of awkward. And I don't know whether I should say anything, and I don't know whether to keep going. I just decided to keep training and eventually left, but there you go. So maybe I could try and charge for this, maybe it's more effective than my current online businesses. Maybe it's a new version of OnlyFans. I can set up a streaming of me working out topless, and that could be a way we can make a load of money. So there we kind of go. But one of the reasons why I got this is from a time efficiency perspective. I haven't used it as much as I kind of thought. I like seeing other people. So the way I kind of designed my house, so it's like I use frameworks like an aircraft carrier. People come and go and take off, and I don't have to leave. Problem is if I don't, I can easily not leave for like a few days and then I kind of get a bit isolated. So I like going to the gym to get out of the house. It's also got kind of like a nice view. So one of the downsides of living on the Palm, you might be able to hear, there's a lot of construction noise sometimes. So this can get really fucking annoying, which is why often I like to work out maybe in the evening, because none of that, and then also say like Sundays, because there's no construction in. Now, this is the gym in full. If there's anything else you think I should get, drop in the comments. What I'm going to do now is show you some of the other stuff we have around the other side of the house. One exotic supercar that hasn't been used much recently. So apparently when you have a baby and they're 12 weeks old, you can't put them in like a 700 brake horsepower supercar. I don't know why. Apparently my partner didn't think it was a good idea. I personally think it's great. Apparently it'll wake them up if they're asleep, but there you go. Also the other thing, which is going to kill me when you watch this, if you try and sneak out to go to the gym really early, they hear you because the car's really fucking loud. So I can't turn the car on without anyone hearing me. So that's probably the least stealth mode card if you want to try and get out your house without anyone knowing. Now, to the side is where I'm kind of slowly building in recovery stuff. We've added more and more things. I even thought about putting workout equipment on the front lawn, but that'd kind of be a bit weird. What I have got is currently a load of air conditioning units that are going to be replaced. That's not an exciting thing. I'd like to tell you this is all gym equipment. And then we've also got some laundry that's currently being hung up, which is not so exciting. What we have got, so this recently got put in 2 days ago, which is a cooler ice bath. So it's currently set at 6 degrees. I have 0 minerals when it comes to cold water, so my current threshold is about a minute before I bottle it and get out. I tend to get knee and ankle issues a bit, so in the evenings I tend to sit with my lower legs in that, so that works pretty well. It wasn't massively expensive. One thing I am going to get is going to be an infrared sauna that is going to then go here. We currently have a paddle board that's been used about 4 times, so it's probably not the greatest investment. One thing on my shopping list is also I want an e-foil, because I want to be like the Jack James Bond to turn up for lunch at like the Kempinski on a fucking e-foil. I just thought it'd be G, but I probably have to get better so I don't fall in and lose my phone. What we also have, which is pretty cool, is under the, it's almost like a hiding thing of the washing, is one swimming pool with a pregnancy lilo, which is clearly obviously not for me, I'd like to think. My chest isn't that jacked yet. And then you've got a beach, which is probably the sickest thing here. So this is a private beach. You've got a view of the Royal Atlantis on the right, you've got a view of the Old Atlantis on the left, down the far end you have the Kempinski, and in the winter you can see the Burj Khalifa kind of lit up, so that's pretty sick. So one of my favorite things with this is I go for a walk. In the summer I was walking more, but not so much now. I go for a walk at least once, twice a day, like down the beach and kind of loop around. And it's nice just being by the sea, you can kind of take top off and tan. So for me, that's probably my favorite thing about living here, is just being able to do that. And it's super quiet. Like you rarely ever see anyone. The only thing you see is, like you can actually right now, is people cleaning the beach. That's about it. I've also got 2 fishing rods. Not that I've used, but my father-in-law has. And he's actually caught quite a lot of fish in here. And I've seen a barracuda like this big jump out before. So there's some massive stuff in there, manta rays, all types of things, crabs. So if you're into fishing, it's another thing that's not really office tour related, but could be hobby related for you. So one of the biggest things for me of why I like this kind of open sky, where I lived in Dubai Marina previously, it's very closed in. So if I'm feeling that I need to clear my head, one of the easiest things to do is just go for a walk. And also kind of, everyone here is incredibly wealthy. So if I'm having limiting beliefs or self-doubts about anything, it's that constant reaffirmation of like, okay, there is no lack of resources in the world, there's a lack of resourcefulness, and I have to use my resourcefulness to get the success I want, which is where you need to constantly set up your environment to reframe the way you think, which is ultimately what I'm doing with everything I've shown you. So we have a full recording studio here, I've got a gym here, I've got an office to do deep work, I've got recovery stuff, more recovery stuff coming. And ultimately this is a long-term play that will compound for me over a period of time, and it's those small 1% wins that will make you monumentally successful over a period of time. And if I look back to where I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this is everything I'd ever dreamed of having, which is kind of a cool thing to come into existence. I've had my phone that's in the other room. One of the things I had on my vision board 12 months ago in January 2025 was actually to have a house in the Palm. Not that I thought it was going to happen, and then having a child accelerate that process. So it's one of those things that will push you to work harder and get the things you want. What I'd like to know, what's the biggest thing you've taken from the tour of the offices, the gyms, and what was the thing that surprised you the most? And if you'd like to see an entire house tour,